guys, DJ here from the Speech and Hearing Sciences department, and today we're going to be talking about how to cite a periodical in the references section and also how to do it in text. So periodicals include anything like a peer-reviewed journal, a magazine, a newspaper, a newsletter, anything that's published periodically, right? So you're going to be using these sources a lot, these type, so make sure you know how to cite them in your references, and we also get a little bit into in-text citations later on in the video. So the first thing you're going to start out with is the first author's last name. So this is the author that appears first in the cover page or title page, what have you. So you're going to go ahead and put their last name, comma, first initial, period, middle initial, period, if they have one, and then separate the next author with the comma and just keep doing that. And you're going to put in ampersands in front of the last author, but there's an exception to that rule that we'll get into later, but generally it's going to look very similar to this. So next you're going to go ahead and put the year in parentheses. So say it's 2019, put 2019 in between those parentheses with a period, and then put the title of the article. So notice how only the first letter of the title is capitalized. That's generally what it's going to look like unless you have a proper noun. In that case, go ahead and capitalize the name. Alright, so next is the title of the periodical. So this is italicized, it's a standalone book. And notice how it is capitalized. So it's just going to look like that. Alright, put a comma. And then next is the volume and issue numbers. So the volume number should be italicized. It isn't here, but it should be. You'll see it in our example later. And the issue number goes right beside it with a comma. Insert your page numbers, replace the P's with your page numbers, and your DOI. So your DOI is used for cross-referencing. So say someone doesn't have access to the database you're using, like EBSCOhost, a DOI is going to allow that person to find the article elsewhere through websites like crossref.org. Alright, so here is an example of an article that we are going to cite. I chose this article because it does have a DOI readily available for us, so you can see how that looks. And there are ways to cite the article without the DOI if you can't find it. And we'll get into that. So this is the first page of the journal article, and it has most of the information that you would need, like the journal title, the pages used, issue numbers, everything like that. So first thing I'm going to start with is the first author's last name, and it is hyphenated, so we need to put both of the names right there. Alright, so now we can get started on the second author. Okay, and then the last author. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and insert the year. So the year is found on the first page, so 2016. Now we're doing the title of the article, so I'm just going to highlight it and copy it, and I'm going to paste directly onto it, and I'm going to do some alterations. So the first letter is capitalized, like in our format, but we're going to make everything else lowercase, except for validity, since that comes after a colon. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put the title of the journal or the periodical. In this case, it's abbreviated, so don't abbreviate it. Go ahead and write the full name of the journal for your references, and go ahead and italicize that title. So next we're going to go ahead and put the volume. and that's italicized. Say we did have an issue number, then we'd go ahead and put a parenthesis right next to the volume number and put it inside the parentheses. But we don't. So we're just going to go ahead and move forward to our page numbers, which is conveniently on the first page. Not every article is going to be this easy when it comes to information. You might have to hunt a little bit, but it's a great example to use. So now that we've done our page numbers, let's go ahead and insert our DOI. It auto-corrects the D, it capitalizes it often, so just make sure that it's lowercase, and you can copy and paste that in. Let's go ahead and look at how we can cite this in text. So if you want to do a parenthetical citation, which means that it's going to come last, you didn't mention the author's name in the actual sentence, then you need a parenthetical citation. So you're going to put the author's names, all three of them, with the ampersands, which looks identical to your reference page. And you're going to put the year, which is really important to APA. The page number isn't required, but if you want to put a page number, you can after the year, but just the year is sufficient. All right? If you do want to have an in-text without putting the names in the parenthetical citations, you can mention their names. So you say according to, and then you put the author's names. All you would really need is the year right after the names. And then go ahead and put the comma and then finish your sentence. So now that you guys know how to do a reference for a periodical, and we touched on an in-text citation, you guys are ready to finish your paper using periodical sources. Alright, if you want to see more APA videos like this one, subscribe to our channel and please comment below on what you would like to see in the future. Also, join our Discord channel where we have a chat room where you can ask any questions that you want related to writing, or we have one-on-one sessions on Tuesday where we can work with you in the voice chat.